(1800 hours), Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Aisha Nayab. First, the headlines. President has said all the institutions, including the Parliament, Executive, Judiciary, Armed Forces and media, are on the same page for socio-economic justice, corruption elimination and to remove all impediments in the way of national development. Prime Minister has launched Sehat Insaf Card for every family of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa to provide free medical facility at government and private hospitals. Pakistan summoned a senior Indian diplomat today and registered Pakistan's strong protest over the ceasefire violation by Indian forces along line of control. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, protest will be held after Friday prayers tomorrow against the blasphemous act by the BJP leader and rowdyism of cow vigilantes in the territory. China has urged acceleration of political process in Syria to achieve lasting peace and stability in the country. Third and last test match between Pakistan and England will be played at Southampton tomorrow. Now the news in detail. President Dr. Arif Alvi says all the institutions, including the Parliament, Executive, Judiciary, Armed Forces and media are on the same page for socio-economic justice, corruption elimination and to remove all impediments in the way of national development. Addressing the joint sitting of the Parliament today at the start of new parliamentary year, he said the youth should pursue their religious, cultural and social values to become responsible citizens and to serve the nation. Prime Minister Imran Khan has launched Sehat Insaf Card for every family of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa to provide free medical facility worth 1 million rupees at government and private hospitals. Addressing the launching ceremony in Islamabad today, he said this is a major step towards making Pakistan an Islamic welfare state. Imran Khan said that this scheme will create the competition among private and public hospitals. He said that government has exempted private hospitals from taxes on the import of medical-related machinery. He said provision of free health facility is a revolutionary step of the KPK government in the current situation. Earlier, Prime Minister witnessed the signing ceremony between Health Department, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and State Life. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Shibli Faraz says the government has overcome various challenges during the last 2 years, putting the country on the path of development. Addressing a news conference along with other cabinet members about 2-year performance of the government in Islamabad today, he said good days have begun and we are turning the corner. The minister said that country's economy has become strong, which is evident from the COVID-19 crisis. He, however, said the government is still facing various challenges, including price hike, hoarding and smuggling, which will also be addressed. He said Prime Minister Imran Khan's top priority is to reduce prices of the essential commodities. Prime Minister's advisor on institutional reform, Dr. Ishrat Hussain, said 73,000 redundant posts laying vacant for more than 1 year have been abolished. He made it clear that the government is not going to deprive anyone of job and we only abolish the redundant post to reduce size of the federal government as an austerity measure. He said 440 various federal departments and institutions have been reduced to 324. He said these departments have lost their importance and their reduction will result in government saving expenditure. Dr. Ishrat Hussain said we are going to introduce public finance management system under which government departments have to present their reports before the Parliament. Minister for State for Climate Change, Zartaj Gul, said the present government has taken unprecedented steps over the last 2 years for the protection of environment. She said these measures also being recognized worldwide. Addressing the news conference, Special Assistant on Climate Change Malik Amin Aslam said the PTI government has set 5-point agenda to address the climate change challenges. He said the 5-point agenda included 10 billion tree tsunami, clean and green Pakistan, plastic bags, electrical vehicles and protected areas. Advisor on Commerce Abdul Razak Dawood said government has taken all necessary steps for promotion of exports, which has helped reduce current account deficit to $3 billion from $20 billion. He said that country received a record remittance in the month of July this year, which is a good news for the economy. Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Ali Muhammad Khan said record legislation was made in the parliament by ensuring working relations with the opposition despite political differences. He said the parliament unanimously approved making it compulsory to write Khatamun Nabiyyin before the name of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in every government document. He said legislation was made on teaching of Quran in Urdu, Naya Pakistan Housing Authority, Billion Tree Tsunami and to bring Pakistan out of Financial Action Task Force grey list. World Bank country director has lauded the strong response by Pakistan during the COVID-19 pandemic. This was stated by World Bank's new appointed country director bank in Pakistan, Najib bin Hassani, during meeting with the advisor on finance and revenue, Dr. Abdul Hafiz Sheikh, in Islamabad today. Dr. Abdul Hafiz Sheikh highlighted the reforms initiated by the government to tackle the balance of payment crisis in 2018 and 19 and bring stability to the economy. This is Radio Pakistan. Foreign Office summoned a senior Indian diplomat today and registered Pakistan's strong protest over the ceasefire violation by the Indian occupation forces along line of control yesterday. In a statement, Foreign Office spokesperson Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry said one innocent civilian was injured in indiscriminate and unprovoked firing by the Indian occupation forces in Subskot sector of the line of control. He said the Indian occupation forces along line of control and the working boundary have been continuously targeting civilian populated areas with artillery fire, heavy caliber mortars and automatic weapons. Responding to a question at a weekly news briefing in Islamabad today, Foreign Office spokesperson Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry said that there is no rift in the relations between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia. He said Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have always enjoyed unique relations, deep-rooted in religion, culture and social ties. The spokesperson said Prime Minister Imran Khan's remark on the subject in his recent media engagement and Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa's just concluded visit to Saudi Arabia testify to the unchanged fraternal relations and close contact between the two brother countries. He said Pakistan values Saudi Arabia's important role in the OIC contact group on Jammu and Kashmir. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, protest will be held after Friday prayers tomorrow against blasphemous act by BJP leader and rowdyism of cow vigilantes in the territory. The call for protest have been given by All Parties Hurriyat Conference. In a statement in Srinagar, APHC spokesman strongly condemned the blasphemous act and beating of two Muslim farmers by Hindu extremists in Raisi district. He said such acts reflect fascist and communal mindset of Hindutva forces in India. China says political process must be accelerated in Syria to achieve lasting peace and stability in the country. This was stated by China's permanent representative to United Nations, Gang Shuang, while speaking at Security Council's open video conference on political situation in Syria. In Nigeria, militants have attacked a town in Borno State housing internally displaced persons and held hundreds of them hostages. According to head of local militia, the militants who belong to a splinter group of Boko Haram attacked the northeastern town of Kokowa, clashed with soldiers and seized the IDPs staying in the camp. The third and last test match of three-match series between Pakistan and England will be played at Southampton tomorrow. The second test match ended in a draw due to rain. England is leading the series by 1-0. And finally, the weather. Rain, wind, Thunder showers are expected in southern Punjab, lower Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, northeast Balochistan, and Sindh during the next 12 hours, while isolated rain is also expected in Islamabad, northeast Punjab, Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan, upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Now, a few of the headlines once again. President has said all the institutions, including the Parliament, Executive, Judiciary, Armed Forces, and media, are on the same page for socio-economic justice, corruption elimination, and or to remove all impediments in way of national development. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletin on link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.